Hello, fellow ESP, empath, seer, seeker, psychonauts, all signs, collective message. I want the top one. If you'd like to come on in for a little symbolic support, we're going to utilize the Shaman Scroll today. And we'll see what messages stand out, adding tarot and oracle. And as well, we have the ghost tube here for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate, receive, or release freely. Here's the scrolls in the midworld of the palm. We'll start here to scry when you're ready, if you'd like to join me, to close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. Thank you. I've reached like 4 levels of something, 4 levels, 4 areas. This isn't necessarily in a hierarchy of something, but this just feels like a progression. Fruits of my labor. I'm seeing an apple or a rose. And not to say the thorns are equal to the experience of receiving the reward of the rose or the apple. And here's the funny part. Funny, not funny. I've spent some sort of time, maybe in 4 different areas, over 4 years. The rewards that I've reaped, I'm actually like this rose or this apple, I'm going to give away.
Yes.
And not in a, oh, I don't need it, I'm going to give away. It's that was kind of the point, because whatever it'll inspire, it's about an inspiration. And I feel as though in this very moment, I am very, very aware that the journey per se, and I know it's cheesy to say it, the experiences along the way were the reward, because I wasn't really reward driven. I was following a feeling that felt flourishing for me, that inevitably added something to the collective energy, to like added another star in the sky. And I always knew I had a safety net. You know, like I'm seeing like trapeze artists and they have that big safety net. I knew I was always safe along the journey, along the experiences, along the education. I always knew I hit thorns sometimes, but I knew those thorns were blessings as well. And now that I've reached this, I've drawn something down like a point. It's funny because it's like typically it's above, so below, and here I am on Earth, and I just painted a new star in the sky as above. We'll go through the shaman's palm here. Your cave of ice, and your pinky, your destiny. Where you're going, your career. Maybe this is career oriented. Maybe this is about what you're changing careers. You've been moving up the ladder, or you've been trying out different positions, different jobs, different tasks, and it's like honing in on something. And you're like, oh, I can do a little bit of all of them. And I want to note, like, even that symbol in the center there is reflective for me of this here. And there's that safety net. I'm always felt safe. But I had to remind myself of that sometimes. That some sort of security. When it was nauseating. And there's
Jeremy.
Layers. If I look at like even the Taurian, like how we were looking, or at least how I was perceiving it, like the thorns or the experiences, the levels, and now they're rounding out. They're rounding out into the circle. Again, my safety. Like my comfort zone has become bigger. My comfort zone has become bigger. My contemplation space is bigger. Moving into your cave of wind, in your ring finger of what you commit to is the power of love. The investments and gambles and other games of your creation, the experiences. the feelings that I floated upon, sometimes like a lazy river, and other times they were whitewater rafting. But I always had the tools, the life jacket, the rubber tube, a paddle. I rolled the dice on me that whatever this for empaths, seer, psychonauts, all signs, everyone in the collective energy, it's a coalescence of genius experimenting, discovery with Aquarian energy. The water again, the fountain of feeling and being freed from, not in a rebellious way to say, oh, I would like to be free from this paradigm or paradox, whatever the case is. And maybe one has felt that way, absolutely. But it's like suddenly my perception changed and go, oh, the structure, the system, this whatever is in place, simply for me to receive what I wish to receive and then break free and break out, but not to disrespect that because it's served. Fire to create, absolutely. And it's like you come out eccentric. Your energy is eccentric, depending on where people may meet you in your aura. What part of the moats? What moat? The lazy river, whitewater rafting. Maybe there's a waterfall. Maybe there's a little protection. It's kind of like nuclear power that runs through the veins. Some sort of power is being generated. There's genius and experimentation going on. Now, whether this is you're resonating within the self, whatever different channels maybe you've been experimenting with, learning about through the power of love. But there's also the power that people may love other things, other people in the same, bucket, same world, and they love other things. So there's an experimentation going on in the collectiveness of things. That's to be severed in the event that you are not aligning with that. Because now it's like the eccentricity that I'm seeing, like say you come out of art school or you come out of business school, or even your different jobs you've had, but you look at them all and you go, oh, these are all the jobs I've had in the last 10 years or last 5 years. And it's like, oh, I can see a pattern of maybe commonalities of things that I'm really good at, things that I enjoyed, pieces, and you somehow put them all together. And maybe it opens up a different industry or something along that lines. And you're eccentric. Then on the other hand, I feel like it does feel outside of me in this moment. It feels as though, again, the partnering or pairing of it, I could very easily call it, the power of love positive and the power of love negative, but it's really just the power of what people love. And what that is beyond me. But in the alternative aspect, it's control. Which isn't, again, inherently a bad thing. It feels like it's like when it's so brilliant, but it's bad. You know what I mean? I know that's a judgment, but for simplicity's sake, that's what I'm going to say. And it's discovering a way to implement what seems to be an eccentric energy. Because it's almost, I'm going to say inhuman, or maybe it's not natural. Maybe something has been played with, like DNA, or something's been altered. Do you know where I'm going here? Or can you sense what it, like I'm hesitating to say. Okay, so is it Taurian I have here? Yeah, it's Taurian here. So in the Cave of Rivers, where a feeling of stability, maybe it's mental stability affecting the it's creating like eccentric stability that is unknown because it's mixed. And that's not a problem that it's mixed, but I feel like something's been tampered with. That's the word, tampered with. It's been experimented with. Something like a gamble. And I feel like this isn't really, I feel like I've gone down one significant rabbit hole here, so bear with me, but thank you for holding space, truly, for me to follow this. It's nauseating. It's making my belly upset.
Related.
And it's something about, yeah, it probably is related. Building resources that I currently, like, I don't feel like I'm familiar with, because over here in the destiny where you're going career, the power of love, the gambles you've taken, the creations that you've experimented with, your own genius in relation to the individual, I understand. But then as soon as I go to the larger scope and feel like what other individuals may be collectively implementing, experimenting with, like, it makes me want to do that.
Grandson.
Because it's a result from, and it's like all the results create new beliefs, or it's it's revealing an outside belief being experimented with, and then seeing it in play. The costs, there's costs. Okay, so then I'm going to flip, thank you, over here. The safety net. Somebody might have been in school, paid off the cost of school, finished, going to be maybe going into a job or a different career. Like, maybe you took this and, you know, whatever people take in school, but you're actually going to go in a whole different industry, or you got a job somewhere else, and it's going to make you very happy because it helps pay off the school, the cost of that. And then of your cave of earth, we have here what makes you feel secure, support, your home base or family in the 4th house. And this is interesting. We have a lot of Taurus energy here. It's like I feel as though I'm simultaneously sitting here and I am feeling
Susan,
that I am building stability, structure to grow the rose bush, the rose up. And I rise up. And I have things to offer. My vision, the time that I decided to spend time nurturing me as an individual, right? You. The alchemy of your days, weeks, the way you've spent your time, wasted time, all of it, through the power of leaning in with love, feeling the feels, feeling secure, wanting security. And then other people love other things. And it's like putting a serpent. I don't want to beat up on the serpent, but maybe, again, I don't even want to beat up on that word. It's a big word. I'm not going to deny there's some like a reptilian vibe coming through here. And like humanity, it's like they're in the earth or on the earth. Now, what the intention of, because again, I feel like it can go both ways. It's like not all humans work one way or the other. So I'm very mindful of that. But I'm simply going to state to the best of my ability. I don't want to call it opposing, but yeah. Coming up, maybe 2024. It's like, are you going to eat the apple from, what is it, Little Red Riding Hood? Or Snow White? And how do you assure somebody else that the apple you're offering, they got to feel it out. They got to go through one's own work. Pave the way of destiny, clean up what's...
Taurus.
It's like looking at my own path. And carrying the things that I give value to that bear weight. Do they add to the structure of my future if I decide to carry them? The star with the power of love, which brings me into also the Scorpio Pluto scroll. Something about Pluto in 2024. I don't know what that is. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know. And I'm looking out upon things with the candle of love. And not in a cheesy way. It's like a lighthouse. I'm very uncomfortable in this reading. I'm like half and half. I'm like, yay, rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. I want that to be known collectively feeling. I feel that. I feel like... and then I hit the Emperor. That wants to defeat the star.
What is happening?
Do you know what it reminds me of? It's like the burning of the Salem witches again. Claiming something is of an enemy. Or whatever it is. From somebody else's point of view that serves their power, doesn't promote personal power. And somehow this perspective geniusly experiments with that of affecting personal perspective to feel empowered by policing people or something along that lines. But it's like it's a repeating to maintain something that is practical and productive to something I currently cannot see. I can see it. Darn it. I can see it.
Where are you?
I don't want to say it. The Moon, Justice, and the Five of Swords. Judgment is on the bottom. And I really want to put Judgment in here. Scorpio, death and rebirth being very, very significant. Taurian, fourth house being very, very significant. Okay, so the Emperor is bringing me back towards the star with strength. Okay, so for those that are working in the polarity of their personal power of positivity. And when I say positivity, for some reason, I don't know how to say it. This isn't about high vibes and not looking at red flags, to see the best in things. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know that there's a language that I know of.
Tombstone.
Because I'm being very mindful not to apply judgment, even though very much so in this reading, whatever this other energy is applying judgment to me. And almost like
Scrying.
luring me to say, but yes, apply judgment. Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a false promise. And it's like I am putting myself in this place right here, gazing out, witnessing this. And I'm like, do I feel the love? The love? I don't know. Okay, thank you. And now the Emperor has flipped on me, and on one hand, the apple is the Emperor, and the rose being strength. And they're on the other side of this judgment.
Siblings.
Because something's turning in
There's 3.
yeah. There's an illusion that is being illuminated. And there are, I'm assuming amongst yourselves, ourselves, holding a candle flame, ever so simply as a gentle illumination for others that are working through to meet this energy and make their own decision or decide.
Please.
But it creates some sort of, oh, I'm really, really chilly. Like, see how even in the car, and if you know me, I'm reading the art first. Like, I'm sitting here, but I have all of these other people waiting for me or telling me. And I almost feel shame if I don't align, but then that triggers me, like that tells me something. If I don't agree, you're shaming me. So, but that doesn't make sense if you're saying love of this. That doesn't make sense. So I need to follow or find an inner justice, less judgment. It's like way out the feathers in the hearts of my higher self, spirit, creation. I'm very uncomfortable.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's always wonderful when I'm uncomfortable. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to throw down some more shaman, and then we'll get ready to close out here. Thank you to all those who do like, share, and subscribe, if I didn't say so already, and to those who donate. All the links are below. To request a personal, and you guys warm my haunted heart, truly. I really hope I haven't butchered what I've, like, starting felt really positive. But again, it feels like 2 rainbows are meeting at the top. I don't know that rainbows is the right word, but like fringe dimensions or fringe frequencies. Each side, I don't even like the whole side thing because it doesn't feel well. Shaman of loss and
What is
sorrow.
your name?
It doesn't feel well to use those words because I feel, just me being in this moment, I am saying things. I'm at a loss of words.
Gemini.
And that makes me feel as though I've lost something. I'm at a loss for words here. It's like I want to see what people say. And maybe this is in like the Five of Swords. It's like if somebody says, oh, if they say something, but then there's like, there's guilt behind it, but that's how it gets you going. You know what I mean? Like guilt can light that fire. Well, if you don't do this, then you won't be able to, go see grandma, or you won't be able to go play with your friends. And it's like, I know what you're saying. You makes sense. But the feeling is it's being drawn out with guilt. And I sense that guilt is a red flag. So which brings me back to the beginning to like reinvestigate. And then that's challenged when I reinvestigate or ask questions to help clarify. And this feels like pure. I'm like, can you just like clarify this? Because, you don't even have to say because. Can you clarify? Choose different words. And it's like, no.
Libra.
But that is the Libra energy here of the Justice of Swords, like coming through and saying, weigh it out. Even that response of challenging the clarification is revealing. Vision, destruction, birth.
I'm eternal.
Wisdom is on the bottom. I feel like that's something to remember. I am eternal. And the vision, it's like I'm seeing two visions at once. There's a vision, Scorpio,
Institution.
of death, but then of birth. And it has something to do with earth. The fire within of choice of what one wishes to create. And knowing either way will possibly have different degrees of destruction and birth. But I am responsible in the judgments.
Devil.
In what I see, if I can hold the candle, or if I'm waiting for someone else to hold a candle and tell me. There are others holding candles like stars in the sky. They say nothing but emit. They emit. So free will to gravitate
Okay.
is upheld and respected. And then there are others that are saying, I am holding this candle. You come to this candle as I have the idea, I have the illumination. I am your stability. I am your magician. This is when it feels like it's outside of me. And it's a different way of expressing the very same power, just in a different polarity. This feels like when I wander this way, I hit the tower. Change, birth, destruction, Scorpio, Venus, Taurus, yeah. When my very same energy, or it's not the right word, darn it, awareness seeks out a quiet star emitting, but I notice it. So the power is still with me. I notice, I choose, I gravitate, make decisions along the way to navigate. I can always make changes, that freedom, and I'm not shamed. I don't feel guilt. When I follow that perhaps promises the very same magic of stability of the fours. I sit on the throne when I reach there, and I move towards, with the Chariot, to the Queen of Spears and the King of Coins. Poise in my position of simply being who I am. And then I also become a shining star silently. Even though the star is speaking, but there's blatantly something in this reading that I don't know the language. There's two languages I don't know. And that's okay. Because again, I'm still like that gut feeling, right? That, oh, so much sun.
Are you from here?
So much sun. I'm going to close this out. Oh my goodness, I yammer and yammer. Thank you so much. Strength has come through again. What's on the bottom? Observation. Strength and observation. Brilliant. Brilliant. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Positive to whatever you resonate with as positive. What is being sold is positive. What is being said is positive, but what is being felt is positive. Your version of positive. By observing, expanding your consciousness, by observing the divine matrix at life at play, and seeing all the players freely. Less applying some judgment of right or wrong, but acknowledging, projecting it out. It's not in a judgment. It's simply like goalposts to say, I am making the judgment reflective of me, alignment or not alignment. Transcendence, your mind's limitations, and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Okay, like it's all very shiny in this reading. And that's what brings me into the star. Being a star shining. And when I say silently, again, it's not silent. It's just a language I don't know. And that's okay. I can take some time to get to know it, to feel it. But I'm going to close this reading out here. I hope this served. Thank you so much. Just thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time.